Welcome to WinSouls TV. This is your host, Jeff Thomas. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's jump right on into the message. So today our message is coming out of Genesis 32, mainly 27 to 28, but I'm going to read a little bit before that. We're going to start at 24. And Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him from day until daybreak. And when the man saw that he did not prevail against Jacob, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and Jacob's thigh was put out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, "Let me go, for day is breaking." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go until you declare a blessing over me." The man asked, "What is your name?" And in shocking realization, whispering, he said, "Jacob." And he said, "Your name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for you have contended and have power with God and with men and have prevailed." There's a shift in identity right there. So his name isn't Jacob anymore. Now his name is Israel. Let me tell you guys a quick story. I played football in my high school years, and I had this amazing coach. His name was Nick Davis, and he just knew how to bring out that grit inside of you that had always remained dormant, that grit that you have naturally always wanted to bring out, but was basically you just needed a push. Well, one day during spring practice, we were out and we were doing these drills where it would be two lines, one on this side and then one on the other. One line would get the football and they would literally, try to get to the other side. And then the other side, the other line would try and stop the person that's carrying the ball. So it would be two people going head to head at a time. Well, my turn came, and I grabbed the football and I'm running, and then I hit him, boom, and he laid me out. And I remembered I had promised myself, I said, man, I'm not gonna quit. This is my senior year. I'm gonna give it everything that I have. And so when I got up, I was supposed to just pass the ball to the next person. I said, "Coach, no, let me run that back again." And he said, "Okay." So the other guy's back over there again, and I run and I hit him, boom. He laid me out again, and I slammed the ball on the ground, the ball bouncing on the ground, and I said, "Again." And then the coach came up to me. This is Coach Nick Davis. And he grabbed my face mask. He said, "Who are you?" He said, "What is your name?" And I was like, what answer is he looking for? Because he already knows my name. And I looked up and I was like, "Jeff?" But in the form of like a question. It was like, "Jeff?" And he said, "No." He said, "You the beast." He said, "What's your name?" He said, and I said, "Beast." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "What's your name?" And I said, "I'm the beast." I'm yelling and screaming in front of everybody, right? It was a laughable moment, but it was so intense on the inside. And then he gave me that football. And then my job was to literally just lay that dude out. Now, it came to a standstill. Now, we hit each other. Boom. And then, lo and behold, he still laid me out. But not only did he lay me out, what happened was that fired up everybody around us. That fired up everybody around us. My willingness and my desire to keep fighting regardless of what everybody thought. And from then on, playing football, I was known as the Beast. I even got it on my Letterman's jacket. Now, later on in life, because during this time period, especially in high school and in, majority of college, I was living in the world, but I had been saved ever since I was 7 years old. So when the Lord started telling me when I was 21 that I want you to be in the ministry, you are a minister and I'm leading you in that direction. I was just like, no, that's not what I want to do. And I was basically moving out of alignment of the identity that he had already placed on me. He had already ordered and ordained my steps, but this was the straight path, and I'm moving all wherever I want to go. I'm moving wherever I want to go. Wherever I want to go, and he'll have to reel me back in. And then I stay there for a second, read the Bible. And then when it doesn't hurt anymore, because usually he would bring me back in through brokenness, I would veer off and go wherever I wanted to go. But it wasn't until I literally intentionally began to move out of that path that he had ordered and ordained for me did the actual fruits, the blessings, the miraculous things that he had already told me that I would be doing, and the people that I would be leading, only then did those things begin to happen. And so if you read about Jacob, the word constantly goes back and forth between Jacob and Israel. Jacob and Israel. Jacob and Israel. Why is that? Because Jacob struggled with his identity. And there were times where he was acting like Jacob, and then there were times where he was acting like Israel. He was in alignment with the identity that the Lord had already told him he was. The Lord already knew his name when he asked him. He said, "What is your name?" But at that point, he gave him a new name, just like he has done with many people in Genesis. He gave him a new name because it is in representation of the way that the Lord saw them, as well as their calling and their design and how they will impact the world through Jesus Christ. So my question to you is, what is your name? And what are you designed to do in the world and the people and the atmosphere that you are meant to influence? What is your name? Be blessed.